It doesn't feel like a pointer, but it is. And it's a pointer to the piece of memory that's been allocated, but it's not just that. It's going to be like a struct. So you've got inside of your memory, you've got a pointer to the memory, and then you've got tags on it for when it was last used for the mark and sweep garbage collector, because it's also it's not just dynamic, it's also garbage collected. And then you've got the actual value, or potentially a pointer to the value if it's another dynamic, if the value inside is also dynamically sized, like an object or an array. So you end up almost like ballooning the memory that's required. And there's been an optimization made in the I don't know how many years ago for small integers. So small integers and booleans, they use SMEs, which is like a small integer, SME. And so some variables don't actually take up all the memory that's required by like an object. Where you really get into trouble in JavaScript is when you start getting into functional programming and you're doing like .map, .filter, .map, .filter, and you're constantly, like every time you're calling a function off of an object in JavaScript, you're creating more memory.
Yeah. And that's something that you do all the time in JavaScript, because functional programming is the ideal way to use JavaScript.
Yeah, it's considered good practice to create tons and tons and tons of memory, especially memory that you're only ever going to use once in the middle of a function call chain and then never again.